Hi, my name's Jason Perkins and I'm the Managing Director of Curve Studios.
I'm Jide Mindang, I'm the Art Director at Curve Studios.
I'm Ben, I'm the producer on Fluidity or Hydroventure.
I'm Bids, I was the Project Director on Fluidity or Hydroventure.
We set up Curve Studios about 5-6 years ago, and me and my fellow directors were tired of really working on these big blockbuster games. We really wanted to put the fun back into development, and we wanted to work up new original concepts. So in America it's called Fluidity, and then over in Europe it's called Hydroventure. So if today you find that people are mentioning Fluidity or Hydroventure, it is all the same game.
Hydroventure or Fluidity is a action-packed exploration puzzle game. There's lots of areas to explore, and we've got a great physics engine where you have to solve different challenges and collect rainbow drops and defeat the evil goop.
The game's set on the pages of a magical book called the Aquaticus, and the magical book's in trouble. It's been invaded by this evil influence. It has been spilt into it and it's being robbed of all its magical power. You enter the book with this pure source of water which is used to wash the evil from its pages.
One of the guys here came up with the idea of trying to incorporate water into a game early on, and what he thought would be really interesting was looking at the various states of water and the properties which they then would have.
We had a loose idea that we wanted to demonstrate the water cycle. So it would start up in the mountains, rain, and then you see the water flowing down hillsides, going into towns, getting included into the sewer system. We also were sort of inspired by physics textbooks and diagrams.
The book thing came quite early on. At first we were talking about the games being safety cards, you know, when you go to on an airline and it's got the safety cards and you've got those characters. We really wanted that really clean, simple style.
I had done a movie showing water moving in the kind of way that we wanted it to do.
It wasn't really until we saw the Wii remote that we see how it could really work. Just the intuitive nature of how everyone knows how water works, and everyone knows if you tilt something, the water will flow off it.
We worked up the concept and we went across to another conference in America. We met up with two producers, the two producers on the game, Masa and Azusa from Nintendo America. And we pitched the concept to them, and they really liked the idea.
The game started out as kind of more of a puzzle-based thing with smaller levels, and through discussions with Nintendo and feedback we got, we decided to make it more open and explorationary, so you can go off and explore all these different areas.
And they were great in advising us and pushing us in the right direction, and quite often when we were kind of stuck on something, they'd have a really interesting answer, a different way for us to think about things.
And Nintendo were so a little cautious about that looking a bit dead and a little unfriendly and a bit cold. They gave us enough opportunity to explore that, and then also made suggestions. And it was very much a collaborative affair, and as a result I think the whole style of the art got much friendlier, much more colourful, and is a much better product as a result of the collaboration.
Each level of the game is set over 3 sets of 2 double pages. So you've got a double page spread, you can see the middle, you can see the outline, so it's the edge of the book. And as you tilt, you get towards the edge of the page, when you've kind of completed lots of the puzzles, you get to turn the page over to the next set. You get a real sense of being in a different chapter of the book.
There's 3 different kinds of enemies. There's the goop slug, the goop hornet, and the goop boss, which have got their own levels between chapters, and they're the big challenges in the game.
Quite often you'll need to take something to a certain place. Now it's quite high up, but you can't take it there. The water can't go uphill. Everyone knows the water doesn't go uphill. So how do you get it uphill? Well, quite often you can take it and freeze it inside your block of ice, and then lift it up and carry it up. And then when you then melt the water, the ice again, you go back to water, then you can use that thing in a higher place.
When you're in a sort of a steam cloud, you can shake the steam cloud and make it rain again and turn back into water.
And we came up with this idea of having special abilities, so that each state, as the magical book gets more power back, it is able to give you these magical abilities back. And so the first one is what we call gather. It's when you hold down the one button, the water kind of comes together and it's formed into a ball for as long as you're pressing the button. But if you hold it down for too long, then the water will explode. But also the explosion can be a good thing because the force that it creates can be used in physics puzzles and can be used to open doors and smash things out of the way. The challenge in the game really comes from the puzzle solving. Quite often we like to pull a bit of a trick on the player, and when they think they've got the item to the place that they thought they needed it to, there's always a little extra step for them to do, and they didn't realise that until they get there, so sorry about that, but we just like to second guess the player a little bit to keep them challenged.
We wanted reasons for people to explore and see all the different areas of the levels rather than just kind of rush through it quickly and, right, I've nailed it, I've done it. People can do that if they want to, but it's a rich experience where you can go back and get much more out of it if you kind of carry on looking for the hidden stuff and find out what's there.
I really think this is a game which will appeal to literally anyone who can pick up a remote control. The WiiWare platform really fits in with kind of where we are as a developer. As I said earlier, we want to focus on small, innovative game ideas, and it just doesn't fit to deliver those in a box. And I think the digital download format, and particularly WiiWare, is an ideal delivery system for these type of games, which are smaller and then typically priced at pocket money.
The pressure's a bit lower on WiiWare. We can be that bit more experimental, and we can push things a little bit in a different direction. We can make a big splash with a smaller team by working within the constraints of WiiWare, and we've been able to do exactly that with Fluidity and Hydroventure.
This is the great thing that we're starting to see on WiiWare is a number of unique games which just wouldn't be available as a box. Some really fun, exciting games, of which obviously Hydroventure will be the funnest.
The most interesting thing for me is focusing on the different properties of water, which is something you don't get a lot of in games.
My personal highlight is I like the playrooms best. I think they're definitely worth playing all of the way through and unlocking all those, and they're a great bonus. There's quick fun you can come back to and play again, and they're definitely worth checking out. For
me, the favourite part of the game is when you are in the ice state. The abilities it has are really kind of fun elements because there's quite a weight to it. You can go through smashing walls, smashing through floors and ceilings.
My favourite bit about Hydroventure is, it's maybe more of a personal thing, I think, is that when I play it, I can just see the personalities of all of the people who've made it in there. I think really when people play it, they'll be quite surprised at just how wide the game is and how much kind of love is in it. And I think that's my favourite thing. It's a game made from the heart.